So hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're going to run up to the car lot right quick and take delivery of that old PT Cruiser convertible that Randy over at Auto Auction Rebuilds picked up at the Copart. Good Lord, see that thing almost got me. All right, so we got her down here. Let's check her out. I haven't seen it in person yet. She doesn't seem to be too bad. 89,000 miles, 2006 PT Cruiser. I know a lot of you guys don't like the Cruisers, but they are good sellers, and that's all that matters. We didn't buy this for ourselves. We bought it to get rid of, sell it to somebody else. Somebody else will be happy to have them. I've never had a problem selling these cars. And this one is a turbo and a convertible, so it's got a couple good things going for it, that with the low mileage. It does have a few little issues, nothing major. You can see here this piece of trim is coming off, so we'll probably get down in there and see if we can't clip that on. It looks like I'm probably missing the clips out of it. So that pretty easy fix, I think. I don't think that's going to give us too much trouble. This was the major thing here. You know, this little dent here, I think we could get in behind there and pop that out, so that I'm not even worried about. But this right here is kind of its downfall. It's got a little bit of a paint issue. I'm hoping you guys can see that in the light. I'll try to get you some angles here. The best way to fix that is to paint it. I don't see us doing that. This is a quick little flip car. We've gone about as far as we're going to go with it as far as throwing money at it. It runs and drives great. Everything works on it. So that there is probably just going to have to be taken care of by the next owner. Interior's nice. We'll get in here and vacuum it out. Other than that, it's clean. I mean, no rips, no tears, no excessive wear. That's what we like to see. I did see something a minute ago. Yeah, I thought I seen something underneath there. That goes right here. So we'll glue that back on as well. All right, so with the low miles, 89,000. I mean, that's considerably low for this year and a very good selling point. We've got a really nice Carfax report, good service history. It's a convertible, it's a turbo, as we mentioned. Those things make these cars go quick. I mean, people really do like these cars. I don't know about your area, but in my area, that's how it is, and we never have a problem selling these. I've sold a few of these already. One thing I can tell you, though, is with everything going on, even if things do slow down right now, which they very well might, the used car business will be booming after all of this kind of levels out and runs its course. It's a very unfortunate situation that a lot of people are going to be going through, as we know, financially and whatnot. But fortunately for us, and being in this business, we should do very well. Used cars are going to be it, man. Everybody's going to want a cheap car. Everybody's going to need a cheap car. So anyway, that's where we're at. Just wanted to touch base with you guys, let you guys see what's going on. But we did take delivery on the OPT Cruiser, and we're going to get her up for sale and to see what happens. So we went ahead and got it into the shop. I'm going to go ahead and jack this up, pull the wheel out of the way, get the plastic splash guard out from under here, and see if I can't work that dent out a little bit. It doesn't seem to be bad, and I don't think there's anything on the underside to get in the way, so we'll check that out. This over here, I haven't decided yet. I'm not fully committed to fixing that because I think it's going to cost me money. I'm pretty sure that's going to need to get painted, but I might try a little bit of color sanding on it, just see if I can make it look a little bit better, because when it's out in the light you can really see that. And man, that's really the only thing bad about this whole car, is that spot right there. And I'd like to make it look as best as I can, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with it. We'll see. Get this splash shield pulled out of the way now. All right, let's get inside here, see if we can't get that dent out a little bit. This one shouldn't be too bad. Look at that. Just like that. That does look a lot better. That's better than having a big dent there. I think it'll work out. All right, so that dent looks a lot better, but there's still the spot on the door. And like I said earlier, I'm just not committed to fixing that. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to go buy paint. I don't want to put any more money into this, you know? But at the same time, it's such a good little car, you know, overall, that it's a shame to have this defect here. So I don't know, man. I'm still debating it. I'm almost certain that if I start sanding on this, that I'm gonna end up having to paint it. Man, I just don't want to have to do that. But anyway, I'm not fully committed to it. I got that little voice in my head telling me, hey, Weird Beard, go for it. You got this, man. But sometimes I got to tell that voice to shut up because it gets me in trouble sometimes. All right, so I've got some 800 grit sandpaper here. I know. I'm going to go over it real lightly. I'm not going to get crazy with it. And then we'll move up from there. We'll go to like 1,000 grit, 1,500, 2,000, and then we'll try to buff it back out, see if we can make it look a little nicer. All right, so I've gone through all the grits on this. I've started out at 800, went up to 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, 2,000, and now I'm doing 3,000 on a DA wet. We'll get all that done. We'll dry it off and see what we're working with. So there it is. What do you think? It's not perfect by any means. We weren't going for perfection. This is not a show car. This is just a flip car. We just wanted it to look better. So now we've got a fender with no dent and a door with no giant blemish on it. I did go ahead and buff all the way down the side just to kind of tie everything together. I'll do the same thing on the other side, and most definitely I'll do the hood as well. Just something to brighten it up a little bit, make it look a little nicer. All right, so now that all that's done, this is the last little spot I want to fix. Now this spot's going to be a little more involved. This is actually going to require feathering back. You can see where all that paint is actually chipped off. Got some paint cracks here. We're going to work this down, feather it all back, make it nice and smooth. And unlike the door where we actually got away with just buffing, this is going to be different. We're going to actually have to paint this, but we're going to do it on a budget. I've got some spray paint that is very similar to this color. After this is all feathered back and nice and smooth, we'll just dust a little bit of color on there. And if it doesn't match perfectly, it's okay, because you can actually get away with that in this area. Out in the middle of a big panel like the door that we fixed, or this quarter panel or anything like that, you really wouldn't want to do that. But in a little spot like this on a bumper, you can get away with stuff like that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to get it nice and smooth, and then we'll paint it after that. All right, you guys, so we got it all feathered out, and that's about as low buck as it gets, man. But we're just doing a little spot repair. We are going to use our adhesive promoter anytime you're spraying over raw plastic, which is what that black is. That's where we burned all the way down to the raw plastic. You're going to want to use a little adhesive promoter. This is what I'm using here. Hell, I just picked this up at O'Reilly's, and it's fine. It'll be all right. It'll work just fine. You want to spray a little light dusting on there. You don't want to get too crazy. You're going to let it sit for a few minutes. I like to go over and hit it one more time. Again, let it set for a few minutes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dust a little bit of primer sealer over that spot, make it nice and uniform, and then we can put our color on there. Got my primer sealer here. It's a gray primer sealer, so it'll closely resemble what we're trying to paint. So it'll require less paint to cover here in just a minute. We're just going to dust this on very lightly. All right, time for the next coat. All right, so here we are. Primer's dried, ready to put on some color. This is just some Rust-Oleum paint, just some stuff I got sitting around, kind of somewhat resembles the color of this car. We're just going to dust it on here. Should be fine for this little spot here, no big deal. So after a couple of coats of spray paint, this is what we got. Definitely looks 100 times better than it did, right? And that's all we're going for, so this is working out just fine. All right, well, let's see what she looks like. Definitely better than it was. That'll work. I'm happy with that. Take care of this piece of trim that keeps coming loose. All right, so I've got it all the way on there, but I don't like how that kind of keeps peeking out from underneath it. It does it over here real bad. I think what I'll do is I'll pop this back off, and then we'll go back through and trim that up. All right, so we're just kind of cruising through here with a razor blade, trimming off all the excess. Seems to be working out all right. Don't want to trim too much off because we actually need that to go over that lip. That's more like it. That's exactly what we're going for. That's the way it's supposed to look right there. So we'll get the screws back in on the other side, probably throw in some washers so it don't happen again. So anyway, what better way to spend your time? Get out of the house, get out here, make an old car look better, especially on the cheap. I mean, we spent no money today. And check it out, man. Our trim piece is on. It's secure. It's not going to come off of there. Looks the way it's supposed to. Fixed a few little, little things. Parking lot rash, whatever you want to call them. So anyway, you guys, that's going to do it on this one. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget my Instagram. You guys kind of follow along on there. Little sneak peeks, things like that over there. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here for now. See you guys later. I want y'all to think I forgot about this guy. Let that dry for a little bit. Ought to be good to go.